Hi, it's been a while. Not really, unless you watched the last video. And if you watched the last video, I really do appreciate it because that was one of our most underperforming videos ever. YouTube's becoming a place where it's harder and harder for me to justify wanting to post anything here, even when I was doing it consistently, because it doesn't feel very rewarding. And I don't mean don't feel rewarded by the people watching or the people that are channel members and supporting us. I feel rewarded by those people. Thank you so much. I mean, the system in general, it feels very discouraging for smaller creators. And I've been a smaller creator on this website for almost 15 years. I've done stuff with bigger channels and I've done stuff with way bigger channels. And when I do stuff with them, it seems to be hunky-dory, no problem, full successes. But the minute I try to do anything for myself, it's a fumbling, disastrous mess. And we got another fumbling, disastrous mess to talk about, which is my health. I've been struggling pretty bad since 2017 with a bunch of different stomach issues. So in 2017, it was high fructose corn syrup, then it was eggs, then it was dairy. Eventually, I was able to have eggs and dairy again because we learned that, oh, it wasn't eggs and dairy, it was wheat. I have a wheat allergy, I'm gluten intolerant. But on top of that, I was having even more stomach problems and issues using the restroom. We went to the doctor, they did a CT scan on me to check my stomach, and instead of it being my stomach, my body is stressed because my L5 vertebrae is powder. I have a broken back. I'm walking with a cane to support myself. And I'm on painkillers and muscle relaxers and a couple other things in order to help me maintain. But for this video, I'm not on any because the last video I shot was over an hour long with Katie. I needed her help. I was all over the place and you can just see in my eyes how zonked out I am. And I hate that. So I was in a car accident about 12 years ago, and in that accident, I got hit pretty damn hard from the front and the back, and yeah, it broke my back, and I wasn't properly checked out. The condition of my back currently is directly attributed to that accident and the lack of care I received from the they gave my head a scan, but they couldn't check the rest of me. The next morning, or when I got home after the accident, because my folks drove me home, they drove me to the hospital and home. I made a video, which I think is unlisted, but I might put it there so you guys can go watch it. It's old and it's frazzled, and I seem like I'm okay. The next morning when I got out of bed, I collapsed. It was bad, and I feel like in the last 12 years, I found another way to walk where I could walk, but it was causing more damage to me, and I didn't realize it because I can't feel a lot of things below the waist. The fact I'm walking, according to doctors right now, is a bit of a miracle. I had a L5 pars defect. I was also from the accident, but I was born with a vertebrae where instead of coming together like the two pieces do and then fusing together into one whole cohesive piece, mine kind of came together more like a yin and yang symbol. And then the L5 pars defect happened. So after that, my spine was or my vertebrae was in 3 pieces. Well, I got 2 more kickers for you folks. I also found out I have degenerative disc disease, and it is common with people who have ancestry with Northern Alaskan natives. So, but that doesn't mean that I don't still have some of the same issues that some of them have. And yeah, the degenerative disc disease bit and the weird vertebrae, those are really heavy, but here's the heavier one, is that I have something that I believe is called, and I might mess this up, I'm going to try to put it up here and give another explanation of it, spondylolisthesis, which is a really fancy way of saying that my spine is falling off of my pelvis forwards. Let's say this is my, here, let's use this for a change, okay? This is my pelvis. This is facing forward, okay? This black area is the top part of it. This is my side hip bits, okay? This is my L5 vertebrae. It's supposed to sit right here, right up nice, snug, and flush with this bit right here on my my pelvis, right? Well, mine sits forward kind of like that. And it's like it's trying to fall off, like the whole bottom part of it's trying to slip off. It's mild if you have like 5 to 10 millimeters off. Mine's almost 22 millimeters off, which is almost an inch, and anything more than an inch is enough to paralyze. And my whole right leg and a lot of my hip for the last 12 years has been TV static. I can feel some things, I can walk, but like some days it's pins and needles, some days it's fire, some days it's tightness, some days it's just sore. And then ever since I started taking the medicine recently, I've been getting more sensation, like being able to feel my toes and move my foot and leg in certain ways. And I already cried about enough in the other video, so I'm not going to bawl here and break down again. But I've already felt like I was hurting. I didn't realize how bad it was hurting. And I've had a thing where I felt like I was going mental for years because I felt annoyed at everything and just pissed off at everything and couldn't stop myself from just bitching and moaning about things. And then I finally realized, oh my God, after the stress thing that was affecting my stomach, my body telling me, hey, you're hurting in a different way that you don't know. And then now that I know that my back, because of the deformity, the pars defect, the degenerative disc disease, and the spondylolisthesis, I have a severely inflamed lower back. I'm walking or driving around essentially on broken suspensions that are rusting and falling off. Yeah, no wonder I was so irritated and annoyed with a bunch of things, but that's no excuse for me to be treating people like shit. Unless you really deserved it, and some of y'all fucking deserved that. But a lot of y'all didn't, and if I treated you poorly, I hope you can forgive me. I'm so sorry. Especially if it was just like, I was huffing, puffing, irritated, sitting down, trying to calm down, or you guys were just trying to be chilling, talking with me, and I came off like a grump or a curmudgeon or any of that. I can't express how sorry I am. Knowing now that a lot of these feelings and these thoughts and issues I'm going with is just from pure inflammation and irritation. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that that's contributed to me kind of having a short fuse and potentially being difficult to work with. I'm very sorry. I can't express. So a lot of this is grief and feeling like crap because I'm gonna have to pump the brakes on a lot of things. But it doesn't mean I'm stopping, but it means I'm slowing down to recover, and I can't afford to slow down to recover. And this has been something that's been bothering me for years, as I've been trying to help myself, trying to get myself fixed. And because of me and my issues, I haven't been able to work the way I want to. But right now, what I can say for sure is I'm putting a hold on any post-processing. I'm not doing any of it. I can't. I just can't right now. I can't physically do it. I'm going to try to partner with a couple other people that can help me post-process things, so I ship things to them and then they can get it out to you to fulfill the orders, make sure you guys get what you want, but give you the best quality I can give you, because quality on everything I've done's dipped. And I notice it, and it's driving me crazy, and it's also because of just my general irritation. Sorry if I'm starting to sound irritated now and I've been moving around a lot. Like I said, I'm not on my medication right now because last time I tried to film with the medication, I was zonked out. It was a mess. And sitting too long hurts, standing too long hurts. I actually have to like lay on my back at least once or twice every few hours. It's not great. So I want to do more video content and more video creation project kind of content in the next year. And I would like to ask for support with making those things and also helping with the medical bills. Yeah, we have a lot of projects I want to work on, and I need help doing these projects along with keeping up with my health. Katie's doing her best, but there's only so much she can do, and she's been trying to take over for me on the business while I've been having the worst days, whether it be the stomach stuff or my back stuff. But there's only so much one person can do in a week, and I was already struggling doing this stuff by myself. We have some other people coming to help, but these are people that I feel embarrassed that I can't pay them for helping me. On top of this all too, we took on a job last year that really, really hurt us, and a few other things that ended up putting us in some really just crappy situations. I'm putting up the full long video where I'm a little bit messed up for sponsors only. So if you're a sponsor, please check out that video. It's about an hour long. Katie will nail it out. I'll nail it out. You get to know what the elephant in the room. And when I say there's an elephant in the room, I mean there's a big beast of an elephant in the room. Okay. Before we go any further, I want to show you all something stupid I did with this thing. And then Katie's not here. She hates it, but Come on, I gotta have some kind of fun with it, right? All right. So, hi, this is like the 18th time I try to record this part. How you doing? There's been some changes since the last time I recorded all this stuff, which feels like every time I try to record this, something else changes. Good news is, on the business side, I'd really like to thank my friend Shane and everyone else over at Prusa Research that's hooked me up and helped me out this last year. I want to make it really clear to a lot of people, that printer was not free. Was it a little bit easier to attain? Yeah. But it's also because I promised some feedback and I want to do some stuff for Prusa. I think it'd be pretty cool. But right now it's just in the process of me learning the machine. It's going to take me a little while longer. Eventually I'm going to talk about it. So if you're interested in learning about 3D printer stuff, please stick around. I cannot wait to talk about the Prusa XL. Really, I'd also like to thank Elaine over at PCBWay. She's been reaching out to us pretty consistently about doing some videos with her and PCBWay's like capabilities, and I'm all down for it. It sounds like a lot of fun. Problem is with everything that's been going on with me in my personal life and my medical stuff, and also with just the business and YouTube in general, I find it kind of hard to justify them spending the money on doing something with me when I might not be able to give them something of equal benefit in the long run. If I ever work with other groups, like I want to make sure that you guys are, just as much as I'm earning out of this deal, you guys are too. Like I want more mutually beneficial stuff. So like I'm down to do collaborations, but it needs to be something a little bit like deeper than just like hey, this video is sponsored by PCBWay. Like I think that's cool. I think it's really rad, and I know what they've done for some friends. Hi Joel, how you doing? Hi David. But I don't know how I could ask or figure out a different deal right now. Hopefully I'll be able to reach out and we can talk about that soon. But I just wanted to say thank you to these folks in particular before I went into the thing that needs to be talked about a little bit more clearly than I did in the last video. Also, my back started hurting really bad and I had to go lay out like immediately after that one. I'm not gonna be talking as long right now, okay? I talked a little bit earlier in the video about how Katie is doing her best to get stuff done, but there's only so much somebody can do in 1 week. She works in veterinary medicine, and if you know anything about veterinary medicine, it's specifically the people working in it. It's pretty damn tough for a lot of them, for multiple reasons. Sometimes very personal, sometimes just, you know, the tough stuff that happens at the job. Katie, however, has been a trooper and been doing it for, God, over 10 years at this point. And she's been super supportive of everything that we've been trying to do. Like any big events, any costume stuff, like she's there, she's helping. Like she's learned a lot through me in the last 10 years too. This is where it's starting to hurt a little bit harder. Remember earlier when I said I needed more help, needed more people working with me to get some things done? Well, I want to hire Katie full time. I want to get her out of veterinary medicine for a while. She's been doing it for a long time. And it kills me that I'm going through all this stuff practically by myself because she works really crazy long hours, like crazy shifts. I'm doing my best on my end to keep up, but like I'm struggling. Like it's been apparent for months. And she's doing her best to even make things at her other job work here. There's times when I'm struggling a little bit and I've been like, hey, I fell over. I think I hurt myself again. I need to lay out. And I hear my printers kick on because she knows the next 2 orders I need to go through. And she's able to take care of it from there. With the way that things are at her current job and considering how many different places she's been at, I think she agrees that she wants to leave veterinary medicine for a little bit and she wants to work on the business with me full time. Now I'm completely welcome to it and that's what I've been wanting for years. But and this comes back to me not being able to afford like even the simple help that I've had, like, you know, friends come by here or there to do stuff. I can barely get by with my stuff and one of the ways I help. So I need help doing 3 big things. I lied. It's 4 things. It's 4 things. All right. So if you can help me do these 3 really big things, I will do my damnedest to make sure I give you guys everything I can before any more debilitating stuff happens to me one way or another. Okay. Number one is I want to be able to hire my wife full time. If anybody would be willing to sponsor me with that or help us with that, I would really, really damn appreciate it, because she wants to be here. I want her here. And I feel like having her here will help me get a lot of stuff done, like way more stuff done. That's like a huge one, but also I would like to hire some part-time and maybe take on a couple interns. I really need some help getting things in order, because the second thing, and we'll get to that, I need more hands on deck. Ones that, you know, if they want to stay, great, I'll try to find a way to make it work for you. If not, you know, I'll help give you the best letter of recommendation or anything else I can help give you as you move on with your career. Two, this is the bigger one, and this is why I need more hands. I want to get a location again. We had an office, I think I talked about it earlier in the video too, but there's a couple places in Raleigh that just opened up, and I've always wanted my business to be something that was more of a place to go if you like 3D printing, if I had a location. And that's what the office was for a while there, but I always felt like it was a little bit more closed off and a little bit like a ways from everybody. And you're not going to find people that like 3D printing or are interested in 3D printing that are just going to bubble into an office that part of it's a government building and the other one's this weird goof that painted magenta all over his walls. But yeah, I found a couple locations that seem like they're former retail spaces that aren't really retail spaces, but they're near other retail spaces. They're large enough to where I can move a lot of the farm into there. We can move the Orange Storm Giga in there, and I can start getting that going again. Reason why I can't print with that right now is the weather here is not great, and I have to have it in the garage. My garage is not as well insulated as the rest of the house, and it gets very cold in there, and trying to warm it up so then the machine can be warm enough to handle stuff without things warping. Yeah, it's been a struggle. I'd also like to have it so then I can close off some of it and have a dedicated streaming area. I don't want to do this in my dining area anymore. The business stuff has expanded so far in my first floor of the house that my wife hasn't said it yet, but I'm saying it. I got to get some of this stuff out so the home can feel like a home and not just a place I work in. Yeah. The other reason why I want to have a location too is I would love to be a spot where people can come by and pick up supplies, and I'd love to work with other companies that are interested in supplying, that want to, you know, sell their products. But more specifically, I'd like them to be companies I've worked with, or not worked with, but would like to work with. I'd also like to start working with like 3D printing companies that want to sell their printers there, like hell, like Prusa, Elegoo, any of the companies that I've worked with before on 3D printers. Like, I would love to stock your guys' stuff. I think that'd be so much damn fun. And we used to sell printers too. That went really well. But unfortunately, it got tough when we didn't have a location that was as friendly for people to get to, like the old office. So like, I'd love to get a space, not just a space to like sell and have my printers, but like a creation space, something where I can sit there, I can make stuff, and I can invite other people in to do the same. Not a maker space, but an evolution of something segmented. And we have a couple really solid possibilities. One that's not too far away from me, and just about this place and location specifically. There's a sourdough donut place just down the road, or just down like to the other side of the shopping center. And I'm gluten intolerant, but sourdough I can have. I have donuts again. They're amazing. Oh my God. See, do you want to know how pitiful it's been? I can't have donuts. I couldn't have donuts. I can't have most wheat things, and I'm also laid out on my back half the time. It's the one thing that my body wasn't causing the stress from, the back. I actually did develop a wheat sensitivity. God damn it. Anyways. Number 3. I'd like a little bit of help with the projects, and I don't just mean like, give me money, and like, that's not, I would love to find people that are willing to like throw things at me that I can use for certain projects I'm trying to do this year. Since I can't really do a lot of heavy lifting and crazy, like running around, jumping and being my general self, I need help like editing some stuff, doing some visual effects and special effects. I think I'm going to try to take this year and focus on doing some videos that aren't just prop and costume related, but merging the props and costumes with special effects. I love special effects, especially Japanese special effects. And there's some ones from the Showa era, or the 70s and 80s, where the effects were really cool then. We don't really see those effects now, can we recreate those effects now and add a little bit of modern flair that isn't just like, you know, an overload of CG and like JPEGs flying around the screen with light opacity? No offense to my friends out there that work on, or out in Japan that work on tokusatsu. That's not a dig on the way you guys do some stuff. It's a dig on the things your company makes you do. Because I've seen the stuff they can do outside of that, and oh my god, those are some animators. Anyways, the first project I'm working on is actually Kamen Rider Stronger's Tesla coil hands. Should be a video popping up about me sparking my hands together. I found a way to run current over gloves. Thank you, Ben Eady. If you ever see this, Ben Eady, ooh man, I want to meet you. You are a cool dude. Thank you, thank you. The tape is amazing. Anyways, the goal with that project would be to do Kamen Rider Stronger's henshin and spark my hands together. I think that'd be pretty cool. But there's also a move called Electro Fire where he takes his two fingers and he digs them into the ground and does like a zigzag lightning and explosion thing. And whoo, your boy found a way to do explosions in a quarry nearby. So I'd like to do that. I really think that'd be cool, but I also want to make some other projects from all these other tokusatsu series where it's like, oh, whoa, that's a cool thing. Can we make that? And like do it. Problem is that with the medical bills on top of the business being kind of hurty right now, I can't justify dumping too much into doing that when we have all these other projects going on. But now all the other projects are suffering too because, damn it, dude, the medical bills are really, 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 really throwing everything off. So number four is the medical bills. Hell, at this point, I'm even willing to do medical tourism. If you are in a place where things are really, really solid and you guys take foreigners to handle stuff and you guys are really, really good specifically with the back issues I've mentioned before, I will listen. I'm really trying not to be all gloom and doom and miserable all the time, but there are some pretty bad days. And a lot of it comes from just the worry and financial stress and also the physical stress and the mental stress of, oh my God, I've been sitting here with a broken back for 12 years. And in this whole time, I've been doing all these other things I never would have been doing if I known. Like I always had feeling something was up, but like I thought it was just the deformity I had, you know, like that I could understand, but it's not just that. And I don't know, this whole situation's been making me like look back and rethink a lot of things and reflect like a little bit harder. And like, I feel like I've just been getting screwed and I'm tired of feeling like I just keep getting screwed. Especially when I'm trying not to screw other people over. I'm trying to do my best. I'm trying to do right by everybody and you know, try to like make things work and be fair about the whole situation. And then it ended up being not fair to me and not realizing it. And I'm tired of those kind of situations. Those are the four things I really just need the most help with. Being able to get Katie out of her job and get her over here with me and, you know, paid appropriately because, God damn it, she deserves it and then some. And then also some other helpers for, you know, things in general and people we can help build up so they can, you know, do their own thing. 2, a space, a better space. We got to move things out of the house again. We need our own space. We want it to be more public and available to other makers in the area. Because I'm trying not to be antisocial. Like, I feel really bad about the way that things are right now. Trust me. I feel entirely too isolated. I'm going nuts. Been going nuts. 3. Projects. Okay, do you see how I just had a hard time buffering right there? Medicine's kicking in, which means I need to wrap this up quicker, okay? And then 4, the medical stuff. If anybody's willing to help me with any of it, one way or another, I'd really appreciate it. Long and short of it is, still working, still trying to make things happen, not doing a lot of crazy big stuff for smaller projects. Still willing to print things for smaller projects like helmet kits and things like that, but we're not post-processing anything else anymore. No. Going to be seeing a lot more video and streaming kind of stuff because I want to try to share and educate people on how to do the stuff that I do. And yeah, just do some damn cool projects because like I've had ideas for years, but things don't finish, and it's usually they don't finish because I'm working by myself and stressed by myself, and then I get blocked and I have a hard time seeing things because I get really narrow after a while. which is why I want, more people to come help and have a space to where we can be more public. You see where I'm going? And then the last thing, again, just the medical stuff. Thank you. If you watched all this, I really appreciate it. I hope the next thing you guys see is going to be a lot more fantastical and kind of fun, whether it be a 3D printing review of the Prusa XL, the Orange Storm Giga, maybe the Construct C1 XL, maybe the Chroma Head from Chroma CoPrint. I got a bunch of printers, the Mellow, I got a bunch of printers I want to talk about. And then I also want to do more, Toku and Common Artist special effects shit. Because, I mean, damn it, man, I love that stuff still. It's hard to ignore it. Even when I'm printing, I'm still thinking, ooh, what can I print from that? I mean, for God's sake, y'all. I have ideas. That's it. I'm gonna head out. Thank you guys for listening, and if you want to help one way or another, please reach out to me at dustin@thenextdecade.co. Leave me a comment down below, or of a way that I can reach out to you, I'll reach out to you. And if you know me on social or you already follow me, just hit me with a DM on Twitter. I still use Twitter. I'm writing it out. All right. Later. Hold on, I'm coming back for a second. Hi. Revamping the website very soon too. Okay, bye. Kisses.